MiddleEasy.com, once again here with Rob Van Dam at a mixed martial arts event, man. How big of a fan are you really?
It's the only sport I watch, actually. Like, I can't hold a conversation about basketball, football, golf, soccer. They don't really exist in my life. I'm not hating on them. I don't spend any time on them. MMA, it's exciting. I got invited by Justin McCauley to come out to this, and last night we did
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Steve Mazzagani calls us to this final 4 minutes.
Last night we did television live in Universal Studios.
For your winner by tap out due to reverse triangle Garcia, Baden Connell Cruz.
Do you ever sit back in your seat and think about getting in there and doing that?
I think it's more like being in the moment, like thinking like what I would do with that. You know, like you notice something, you know, I would do this, but I don't sit there and think, you know, well, I should have a different career, because I kind of have it going on with my own career, and you know, I love it. And Justin and I get together and roll around once in a while. He teaches me some jiu-jitsu and boxing.
You enjoy that?
Oh yeah, I enjoy it. Over the years, I've taken many martial arts, and that's I think that's relevant in my pro wrestling style, because when I first got into pro wrestling, I was already a kickboxer, so I had all the spin kicks, and plus I was acrobatic from showing off on a diving board. So that became my style, to try to excite people. And over the years, when possible, I have spent some time taking some a lot of different, actually, variety of different martial arts classes. So it's always been kind of close to my heart. But as far as getting out there in competition in the future, I doubt it. I'm kind of doing my thing, you know.
Well, I'm not mad at you. Who are some of your favorite fighters out there right now?
Oh man,
I'm sure you're a Nick Diaz fan.
Well, yeah, you're bringing that up because he's a cannabis user.
And because he's probably one of the most exciting fighters.
Congratulations, Mick.
What makes him exciting is his attitude. You know, and that comes across, you know, like he's got an attitude, and it automatically draws you to him. But I also like the exciting moves that are put out by like George St. Pierre, John Jones, and of course Sylvia. Dude, those three guys right there, I would say, are the most exciting fighters, in my opinion, in UFC or in MMA. Anderson Silva and George St. Pierre and John Jones. I don't buy every single pay-per-view and watch every single one. I'm not like that hardcore of a fan, although I really enjoy when I watch it. But anytime one of those three guys are on the card, I'm interested.
There's been a major movement, sort of say, a marijuana movement. A lot of fighters are coming up and saying it's ridiculous that we're getting suspended, we're getting in trouble for testing positive for marijuana. Meanwhile, other fighters are able to use therapeutic use for testosterone replacement therapy. What do the fighters need to do to move up and kind of create a movement to get marijuana okayed by the commissions?
I'm not sure there's much the fighters can do themselves. It is like a rule that's like going to be sanctioned by the local committees. So on that level, maybe they can like at least express their situation and the advantages. But what needs to change is a federal stance. You know, before Nick Diaz got suspended for cannabis, I had never ever heard of it referred to outside of like one of my conversations or a spiritual conversation, but in the context of a sport competition, I've never heard of it considered an advantage. Always the opposite. You see the commercials, you got a couch potato. If you smoke it, you're going to turn into a jelly, a bowl of jelly. You're going to be useless in life. You're going to be a loser. Now they're saying in a sport where precision and timing and accuracy and conditioning is everything, they're saying it gives you an advantage. So in that, I find it fascinating.
Do you agree with it?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So you do think it's a performance-enhancing drug?
It's a life-enhancing experience, and it all depends on the user. You may have heard some people say it can be a spiritual experience, and for others, they don't get it. They don't understand that. That's because they're not using it, or they don't think they're using it in a spiritual way. So the same could be said, basically, for cannabis use, however you use it. Some people use it to relax. Other people use it to get in the groove and get ready to function. And you can break that down by saying, well, sure, there's sativas and indicas and they affect you differently, but beyond that, your intention has a lot to do with it. You can use it to release you from like a lot of negative energies, like say anxiety. You're going out to perform in front of a crowd. There's anxieties. Maybe you got an upset stomach. Maybe you haven't slept. You haven't eaten. You're fatigued. You can block all that out and be at your best and be at your spiritual best, because when you don't have those negative energies holding you back, your actual spiritual frequency is at its highest, and that's what you want. That's when you're the best you. So that's where that comes into play, to use it in a spiritual sense, and to argue that you can't have it both ways. You know, they say if you use it, of course, you know, back in the 30s, they used to say it makes you violent, it makes you crazy. Most people don't believe that nowadays, but they still say it's a deterrent, it's going to turn you into a loser. A lot of people think it'll kill you. People don't know, no one has ever died in the history of the planet from a marijuana overdose. It's not possible. It does not contain the toxicity to kill, but people don't know that because we're taught it's a dangerous drug. That's what needs to change. The federal government says marijuana is a Schedule 1, meaning zero medicinal value. Even though we have 17 states with medicinal programs, the feds say no. No medicinal value, and it's the most dangerous drug. That's what the DEA says. Controlled Substance Act of 1970, we still follow it today. That's what needs to change, and then everything else will fall into place.
Your diet, as a stoner, is it difficult for you to eat healthy?
I don't understand why people think it's so funny to associate cannabis like with chocolate. I don't know why, but people think it's hilarious. Like, oh, you want some Doritos? Obviously, when pro athletes use it, they use it in conjunction with a healthy lifestyle. You know what I mean? A lot of people that don't normally smoke, that smoke once or twice a year, and they think they know exactly what it does because of their experiences, they're a little skewed.
Well, Rob, we appreciate you taking time at MiddleEasy.com. We'll let you enjoy the fights.
Awesome, man.